I am Nellie Bly. My birth name was Elizabeth Cochran. I will tell you later how I got the pen name Nellie Bly. I lived from 1864 to 1922. My parents were Mary Jane Cochran and Judge Michael Cochran, and they lived in Cochranville, PA. My mother taught me how to attract attention to myself by christening me in a bright pink christening gown. Because of that, I was given the name Pink. My father died shortly after my 6th birthday. Since my father did not have a will to his estate, meaning his house and property was auctioned off, which is a fancy way of saying sold, so what was left of my family was forced to leave our home. I then had to help raise my siblings. Shortly after my father's death, my mother remarried because of our lack of money. We soon learned he was abusive towards us kids. The helplessness my stepfather made us feel probably led me to my passion for women's rights. I became a great storyteller with a vivid imagination. It got me through all the bad times and stayed with me as an adult. My first act of journalism was to write a response to an anti-woman article written by a quiet observer, Amos Wilson, when I was only 18 years old. The article I wrote was entitled "The Lonely Orphan Girl." Women were not allowed to do journalism back then, so I got my pen name from the song Nellie Bly. The song was written by Stephen Collins Foster from Pittsburgh 35 years before I took that name as my own. I focused my attention on women's rights. It was my reporting on the subject that led me to become the inventor of investigative reporting, and I was an expert at undercover work. I posed as a poor sweatshop worker to expose cruelty and the poor conditions that women were supposed to work in. Shop owners threatened to take their advertising from the Dispatch. My boss tried to force me to take on the fashion section of the paper. I didn't like that at all, so I took a 6-month working vacation to Mexico. I wrote articles and papers about the poverty and politics corruption and sent them back to the Dispatch. My articles about the Mexican government got me kicked out of Mexico. I got married in April 1895. My husband decided to retire, and his name was Robert Seymour Livingston. He was also a very rich millionaire. Shortly, he died after 10 years, so I decided to run his company, the Ironclad Manufacturing Company. By the way, it wasn't a very good relationship. I was very inspired with a lot of good changes, but unfortunately, the company ran out of money. Nellie Bly is a pen name of Elizabeth Cochran Seaman. How I got famous was all my daring stunts, like when I pretended to be insane to get to New York City, and the time I pretended to be a thief to see what police did to women in prison. In 1914, I sailed to England to escape all the trouble in the USA for a few weeks. I got to see and write about the war behind the scenes. In 1919, my mother got very ill, so I traveled back home, so I worked in the Evening Journal. But sadly, January 27, 1922, at 8:35 in the morning, I died.